So I got my second round of Huel delivered today, and so I thought it's probably about time I did an update on the whole Huel video. Thank you very much. You guys have made it one of the more successful videos that's been on my channel so far. I've got a whole lot of new subscribers, so thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed, click the button below. Notification bell, is this now a thing that we need to make sure everyone's switching on? If it is, do it. If not, I'm sure you'll be fine. So thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you for watching everything. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it here. It's basically just the unboxing, the delivery, my thoughts on it, and about the first week that I was using it. Just briefly, before we get into this video and all the bits and pieces, this is not a sponsored video. Again, I have nothing to do with Huel the company, but there is a referral program where apparently if you go to the website, I'm going to put a link down below, or if that link doesn't work, you can put in my name when you buy your first bit of Huel, and you actually get £10 off your first order, and I get £10 off my next order. So I think that sort of benefits us both, so I don't feel too bad in terms of recommending that, but I'd say that's a good option if you wanted to try Huel. You get £10 off. So the link is down below, or you put in my name at referred by friend, and my name is Ben Matthews. I'll spell that down below as well. It's 2 T's. It's an easy name to spell. B-E-N. Somebody asked me if it was B-E-N-N the other day. No, it's not. It's B-E-N. It's not B-E-N-N. Yeah, it's been going well. I've been using it for about 6 weeks now. I have adapted to it. I say adapted to it. It didn't take any adaptation. This was my main reason for making the video in the first place. Was there seems to be such a polarization between it's the best thing in the world versus it's the worst thing, and it will take over your life, and it's, yeah, what I'd say is it's fine. It works well. It does exactly what I need it to do, but I'm never going to use this to replace all my meals. And so my main goal was weight loss, particularly over Christmas. I talked in my last video about the fact that I'm not very good at calorie control, mostly just because of my own impulse control. I just love food a little bit too much. So what I've done is I have used it to replace my breakfast and my lunch, which also means that I've got more time in the morning at lunchtime to be able to do what I need to do, like editing these videos. Then I have a normal, healthy, well, I say healthy, I have a normal dinner. I've been, last couple of weeks, particularly that post-Christmas blues where you can't really be bothered to think about what you're going to do for dinner, I've been having Gusto. So I don't know whether you've used Gusto. It's a meal prep kit thing, and that's, again, really nice that you get pre-dosed amount of food, so it's been great. In terms of weight loss, I have lost 3.2 kilos in 7 weeks, so that's about 6.6, nearly 7 pounds, so about a pound a week, which over Christmas I think is pretty good. I'm really happy with that. I'm really proud. Well, I say proud, I haven't had to make much effort. That's been a really nice thing. Been doing a little bit more exercise here and there just to try and sort of get you out of that January slump, but I haven't really been sort of smashing it. I've just been trying to do a little bit more walking, taking a slightly longer route walk to work and that sort of stuff, and it's worked well. So in terms of the weight loss, it works. In terms of how it tastes, I got 3 flavours originally. I got coffee, I got vanilla, and I got berry. The vanilla one is very, very sweet. You can taste the sweeteners in it. It's got that slightly stevia, artificial aftertaste, but it's fine. It just tastes like every other protein powder, premix smoothie type drink. It's very, like I say, it's very sweet. The coffee one is nice. It's really nice. I still am a little bit of a coffee snob, as I've mentioned before, and I would say that the coffee, I prefer my version of coffee, which is using my own espresso, but actually just as the normal coffee mix. It's good, it tastes nice, it tastes coffee. And berry, yeah, berry is good. Berry is slightly less sweet, slightly more fruity. It's hard to identify what berry it is. I would say that. It's sort of generic berry. And out of the three, it's the one that has a slightly more powdery taste to it. It's just the texture of it is slightly more powdery than the other two. But if you blend it, then it works well. In terms of what I've discovered, blending definitely makes it smoother and nicer than shaking, but shaking is obviously far quicker and requires less cleaning up. Unlike protein powders, if you don't clean out your shaker within 6 hours, it's still all right. Protein powder, anybody who's left protein shake in their shaker for a while knows it goes bad. It goes really bad. Whereas this, it's fine. I accidentally left one in my car for 2 days, and you smell it, and it doesn't smell great, but it's not bad. It's not rancid. It's just clearly old, and so give it a clean, and the shaker comes up nicely. So that's fine. I once had to throw a shaker away that I'd forgotten about that was under my seat of my car, and left it in there for a week. And I just cleaned it, bleached it, did everything I could to it with protein powder, and it was, no, it just had to be binned. In terms of consistency, I tend to use about 150 ml water to 3 scoops of powder. Again, dosing, that's an interesting one. How much do you use? How much should you use? It all depends on what you're after. So I talked before about finding out what calories you should be burning in a day, and therefore what you should be consuming in a day, and you want a calorie deficit to lose weight, you want a calorie surplus to gain weight. So that's quite a useful way of working out exactly how much you should be having. I'm having 2 3-scoop meals a day and then dinner, which gives me about 2,000 calories, which is helping me lose weight. So I do it 3 and 3. I have 3 in the morning, so 450 ml of water and 3 scoops, and then same at lunch. Sometimes if I just want a really quick lunch and I just want to be able to drink it very quickly, I'll mix 600 ml, so 200 ml per scoop. What that does, it makes it thinner, and you can just kind of glug it like a drink. If it's thicker, I tend to find I sip it, and so like the one I had this morning, I actually only finished about an hour ago, just sort of gradually sipped it through the morning. That was really nice. It just means that you never really get to that point where you're feeling hungry. I have found that it has increased my water intake. I'm bad at drinking enough water. And so the fact that immediately you're mixing, so that's nearly a litre of water just straight off the back of that, and then with my normal other drinks, I'm finding I am better hydrated, so that's really good news. So yeah, 200 ml just makes it a little bit more gluggable. You could knock that back really easily. Equally, I was talking with a friend about this the other day, you could do 2, 2, 2. So you could do 2 for breakfast, 2 as a mid-morning, late morning snack, and 2 in the early afternoon. Might mean that you don't get hungry quite so early. And you can mix whatever you want to mix with that. That would work well. He was originally going to he didn't want to have too heavy a breakfast, so he was going to have 2 scoops in the morning with 300 ml water, and then he was going to have 4 at lunch. And the problem is that's nearly a litre to drink at lunch, which is quite a lot to drink. So I would say 2, 2, 2 would be better than 2, 4. But yeah, finding mixing details on the internet is hard. In this new delivery, I've got the unsweetened unflavoured packet, and I got the coffee packet. I've still got a little bit of the vanilla left, so that's why I didn't get another vanilla. And the berry, I just prefer mixing my own berries in, and that's why I figured if I went with the unsweetened unflavoured one, it means I've got more creativity available to me. Unsweetened unflavoured on its own is not a great flavour. It's very oaty, very earthy. No sweetness to it, it can be quite nice. I've tried it and it's fine. It's not fine. I wouldn't choose to drink it on its own, but it does mean I'm going to try some savoury things this week, so I'm going to see how that works, and because I wouldn't want to try that with the sweetened version. I am looking forward to using the unsweetened with my own bits and pieces. You do have to be careful because obviously then you need to add in your own sweetness, so I'm likely to use maple syrup, honey, or agave nectar, but those will all add in extra calories, so you just need to be aware of that. So maybe use slightly less Huel to match up with the amount of calories that you're putting in from fruit or anything like that. So it's, with my friend that was talking about doing 2 for breakfast, he wanted to do 2 with fruit and greens, and I was saying the problem is that essentially at that point that's a 3, if not more, scoop normal mix. So just be aware, if you're adding extra things in, you need to be aware of what you're adding in. I did see somebody recommended putting a Mars bar in it. I don't really see the point in that. It probably tastes good, but yeah, I don't really see the point in that. I'm going to try some savoury bits and pieces. I know the coffee's good, and I know the unflavoured one is good. I also got a flavour sachet, so I got the cacao flavour sachet, which has a little bit of sweetener and cacao powder. You could just use your own cacao powder, but because there's no sweetener in it, it's just going to taste I think it might taste quite bitter. You could use, I quite like the idea of cacao powder and maple syrup, but again, you just need to be careful of those calories. So Huel has made it a little bit difficult, again, in terms of working out ratios on their website. It says if you're using a flavour mix, if you're using vanilla, you use 1 teaspoon of flavour enhancer. If you're using unflavoured, you use 2 teaspoons per 100 grams. It then goes on to say, if you're using a pre-measured scoop, use 0.7 grams per pre-measured scoop, neither of which is a helpful ratio. So it does vaguely then say per scoop, slightly under a quarter, but it only then mentions the for the vanilla, not for the unsweetened. So it's just, the website makes it difficult to get accurate information. So this is again part of the reason why I'm making this video. So I tried one yesterday with 2 teaspoons of the cacao flavour enhancer with 3 scoops of the unflavoured, and it was good. It was possibly a little bit too much. I'm going to try 1 teaspoon this week and see how that gets on, because that stevia, that chemically aftertaste comes through a bit with 2 teaspoons. But I'm also just going to try my standard banana and a shot of coffee. So that's what I'm going to mix up now for lunch, and then later I'm going to go through some of the questions. So questions I've been asked in comments, questions I've been asked by friends, questions I've been asked by my mum. So my mum is now using Huel. So unsweetened Huel with coffee and banana. I haven't put any extra sweeteners in there, but actually that's quite nice, and it doesn't have any of that stevia flavour. So it's probably do with a little bit more sweetness. I think my banana is not massively ripe, so slightly riper banana might be good. Yeah, it's pretty good. This is my first mix with the unsweetened, so yeah, it's all right. Oh, it's a miserable and wet and horrid sort of day. So I figured I might try and warm myself up with a little bit of hot Huel. So this is my first time trying a Huel soup. I decided, in a slight change of plan, rather than just going with curry powder, I went with a katsu curry paste. So basically it's going to be curry paste, Huel powder, warm water, and a bit of peanut butter. So we shall see how that tastes. Yeah, I'm reserving judgment. This doesn't look like reserving judgment sort of face, but I'm reserving judgment until I've tried it so I can see how it gets on. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I think it's quite nice. The katsu flavour is quite nice. Consistency is wrong. I should have put more water in it. I put about 300 ml water because I thought I wanted it a bit more thick and soupy, but it could do with being slightly thinner. So at the moment it's a bit like wallpaper paste. It has that sort of flour water texture to it. Yeah, and it's not going to win any culinary awards, but it's nice. It's a warming winter soup. Katsu flavour definitely is what wins it. And it's good for you, so yay. Does this face say that I'm looking forward to eating it? It's fine, and it's fine. It's okay. I also got the berry Huel granola that I talked about in the last video. I had a chance to try it now. I'd say as a breakfast on its own, it's interesting. Essentially what it's made of is a few flakes of grains and bits and pieces, and then the rest of it is basically just sort of compressed Huel pellets, which are about as nice as it sounds. On its own, it just ends up being a bit chewy and a bit sort of, the crunch is gone from it. What I have discovered is really nice. If you make a smoothie bowl with the Huel, so nice and thick with some fruit and bits and pieces in it, and then just sprinkle on some Huel granola over top of it, you get a little bit of bite and a little bit of crunch in your smoothie bowl. So take as a breakfast on its own, maybe not, but actually sort of with something else as a bit of texture, it was quite nice. Flavour's fine. Flavour's absolutely fine. It's more just the texture of it, as a whole lot of Huel compressed pellets is a little bit interesting. But yeah, that's about it. I was going to do this all as one video, but actually it ended up being very long. So what I've decided to do is create two videos. So one that I'm releasing today, one that I'll release on Wednesday, and that one's all the frequently asked questions. So today is just a bit of an update from me, and then next time it is all the questions that I got asked from, yeah, comments, family, friends, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, so check that one out when that comes out on Wednesday. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.